Just yesterday, we were just starting the season off, and now we are in week 3. Man, this football season is definitely flying by. We have the Colorado versus Colorado State football game, the most chippiest rivalry football game. I'm going to give you guys my predictions, so let's get to it.
Every other city I go, from Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I know. My people know it's Mad Dog TV, let's go. To every other every city I go. From Colorado to the Bayou I go. Y'all know the motto, get a info I
Well, once again, as I said before, we have the biggest, chippiest rivalry game you can think of for the Colorado Buffaloes. And the last one, as these guys making conference changes. Now, this is going to be a very good game. The 93rd edition of the Rocky Mountain Showdown will take place Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. For the first time since 1996, Colorado State will actually host Colorado in Fort Collins. Colorado has won the most of these matches between Colorado and Colorado State with a record of 68, 22, and 2. Last season, it was a very good game, and Colorado was actually down. They had to rally back. Does this make sense? Colorado always have to rally back in a football game, but they was able to win 43-35 in double overtime to move up to 3-0. I'm going to give you guys my predictions as I'm giving you guys this information. I pretty much feel like it's going to be a very good game. When I'm giving predictions, I like to look at a lot of things. I like to look at the strength of schedule, who teams have played, the rivalry you definitely have to consider as far as when you start speaking about rivalry games, that you throw out everything with rivalry games. It doesn't matter who's on the roster, what's the record. None of that matters when you start speaking about rivalry games because teams want to win very bad. Now, Colorado State is 1-1 currently, and they played against Texas. They played a Texas football team. Mind you guys, they kept Texas to only 7 points in the first quarter. Texas is a football team that's top 3 right now as far as ranking. Texas is a very, very good football team. Texas beat the crap out of Michigan 31-12. Now, a lot of you will look at that score and say it was a tight game, but Texas pretty much dominated Michigan, which is expected because Michigan lost 21 players to the NFL along with Coach Harbaugh. So Colorado State was able to compete defensively, so don't expect this to be another cakewalk for the Colorado Buffaloes. We are here once again where I feel like we must run the football in order to win this game because Colorado State's defense is not a cakewalk, once again, as I said before. And I'm also looking at preparations, looking at how teams are preparing for this matchup. I made a video yesterday giving you guys my thoughts as far as that goes, and my opinion don't change. I understand what is at stake this week. Damn, I need to be a coach if you ask me. But anyway, I'm going to go with maybe another high-scoring game. I'm going to go 45-34 Colorado. I just expect this to be another one of those dramatic games, not from a perspective of guys getting injured, but from a perspective of it being very close, it being very tight, and you expect this with a rivalry game. And so Colorado State has a lot to prove. They did lose to Colorado last year, so I'm sure they're going to feel like Nebraska where they're going to want to get their get back. And if you are Colorado, you want to go ahead and put them away very early. You don't want to sit there and keep a team in the game long, especially if you know you're better than. I feel like we were still better than Nebraska, but it's just unfortunate that we allowed them to dominate, our offense when we really was being one-dimensional. When you're in a 5-wide, you pretty much allowing the defense to adjust the way they want to adjust to. But when you are in a different formation, when it's like, you're running the ball a little bit, you're keeping the defense guessing, and you're making the defense match up to the offense. For all of you out there that have played the game of football, you all know what football is. When you are on offense, you call specific packages to give the defense a different look. The more you do on offense, the more the defense changes. The less you do on offense, the less the defense changes, and the more that they can actually do. So if we go into this football game 5-wide all game, we won't win this game. I'm telling you guys that right now because it's not allowing Colorado State's defense to guess. They already know what you're going to do. So their defensive ends are going to put their two fingers in the ground, and they're going to spread their feet, and they're going to drive very, very hard to take out Shedeur Sanders. It's just going to be that simple. But if we start running more, I formations, which we probably won't ever do, because, Colorado likes to put Shedeur Sanders in a gun, but we can still do different things with him being in the gun. We can do a 2 or 3 wide receiver set, throw out a tight end. And, if we throw out 2 tight ends, now we really, really can move the football. We can run the football. We can protect the quarterback. There's a lot of things we can do. You guys that has played the game before, you know what I'm talking about. For my viewers that's learning as we go, I'm basically just telling you guys the offense just can't be so predictable. The more the offense be predictable, the more Shedeur Sanders is going to get sacked, the more Colorado State is going to have fun, and the more Shedeur Sanders will be seeing those guys throw up the watches after the game, and we do not want to see that. This is a football team that we can beat, although they did compete a little bit, as I said before, with Texas. I have the final score of 45-34, Colorado with the victory. It's going to feel like they're already at home anyway. They're just right up the street. And this is going to be definitely a very good game. Drop in the comments and let me know how you guys feel. What's your predictions? How do you guys feel as far as Colorado versus Colorado State? What do you think needs to happen for Colorado to win? And if you guys like the video, definitely subscribe to the channel. Peace.